3, 2, 1. Hello!
Hey guys. Oh.
What the heck, Reef? Hello! Welcome to the Coming Terms Podcast, episode
6.
Episode 6.
Yeah. Well, guys, we're back for another episode.
Sorry for the little hiatus.
Yeah.
That it was like, what is it? A week and a half?
Yeah, we missed a week and a half.
A lot of things going on.
Yeah.
A lot of things going on in my life and also especially Reef.
I'd say it's a little difficult being consistent with the podcast when you have a life to live.
True.
For say having a job and schooling right now, you gotta go with that stuff. But
before we start,
yeah,
check out the quality. You might notice something different.
Oh yeah,
New camera.
It's
the Sony.
We lied, guys.
Something.
We just put a lens on.
It's a different lens.
Yeah.
It's a Sony ZV. I forgot.
It's just Sony, man.
Sony something E10.
All you need to know is
Sony ZV-E10.
Okay, there you go.
That's the one. That's what I'm rocking with right now.
So, guys, if you notice one thing about our podcast, you might notice a disruption.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were gonna say a constant improvement. You know what I mean?
Well, constant improvement,
yeah.
But I want to talk about this awesome camera that we have.
Right. True.
There's like disruptions, but with this camera, okay. The thing about the old camera, it could only record for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, and we have to click record, and it would just ruin the flow if we were if we're going.
Yeah.
You know?
So the cool thing about this camera, Renz, is that we can record unlimited. Correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Unlimited.
So we're gonna have it's gonna feel more consistent, and
there's not gonna be
better.
constant spots or constant stops.
Yeah.
That's the word. Stops during the podcast.
And the great thing is my room's very sort of small, but whenever we have to click record, it's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta.
And I mean, it wasn't too bad of a reach. You could reach it. You
reached it. Yeah. My long arms, Mr. Fantastic.
I know. Call him lanky.
Lanky.
Yeah. But what's been going on in your life, Reef? Let's get a little recap. What's been going on?
So that's where we get into why we're gone out for a week and a half. I guess it was less of Rence's part, but more my part. So I had a lot going on, mostly just work wise. I've been getting a lot of hours at my job. But
is that a good thing?
Yeah, no,
Okay,
getting money.
It's good.
And if I'm gonna be honest, I kind of needed a break from people. That's why I didn't really do the podcast. So I was just all like, I need a mental space, or just like let's start recording when I'm feeling mentally fresh again.
Yeah.
So I was feeling.
I mean, the previous episode was a big topic. It was a lot.
Yeah, we got in more emotionally. So yeah, I was just really in my head, and I just needed a
little breather.
A little breather. Also, guys, I have not been sleeping that well, and you might think, Reef, do you have sleeping problems? No, I'm staying out late with friends till 4 to 5 o'clock.
Let's go.
Let me tell you, the grind at work has been painful. I did a 13-hour shift off of 5 hours of sleep.
Jesus Christ.
Because I stayed out late with some friends. But yeah.
What'd you guys do?
I went to this girl's house.
Woo!
There's a sad story. She painted my nails, but there's a very sad story. So if you recall in the last episode, I was being vulnerable and told you guys how I had a crush on this lifeguard. Well, we started hanging out more, and Ren's, all right, I'll just start. It's best to start the story with the beginning.
Right.
So I don't know. We started hanging out more, and one day we're hanging out. We went to Skyline for some reason, just hiking. In our uniforms after work. But no, after work we were in my car, and I asked her out on a date, and she said yes.
Oh my god!
And my spirits my morale was very exciting, so I was like, Reeve has a date. But I had to cancel that date because I had car problems with the car. So, but she said we'll reschedule, and then this is where it all goes down. No. So the next week after I had to cancel the date. On Monday, I text her saying, "Hey, can we reschedule the date?" She left me on red, and be like, okay. So a couple days ago, when I was getting my nails painted, I asked her out on another date, and you know what she tells me?
She said no.
She said she's interested in somebody else.
You missed your chance because of the car.
I don't know if I missed my chance or if she just led me on and never liked me in the first place. Like, I don't know. I'll never know what she was thinking, but in a way, it does feel like I missed my chance because of the car, but also maybe she never liked me in the first place. Mm-hmm. But that kind of hurt because I really liked this girl. And then when she tells you, "Oh, yeah, I'm interested in somebody else," I'll be like, "Oh, okay."
Right.
So that's what's been going on, and I thought that would...
when did that happen?
Literally this week. Or today's Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this week.
This week?
She told me that this week. I think it was on Wednesday.
And then did you have any shifts with her after?
Yeah.
Was it awkward?
I was just all like, what's up? It's probably going to be awkward the rest of the summer, but oh well.
Do you know who... It's kind of a... I don't know if you know the answer, but do you know who she's looking at?
Yeah, she told me.
Oh, she told...
Yeah, I was...
Hey, at least she's honest with it. You know what? I respect her for being honest, because she could have just kept leading you on, you know, with another dude.
I was a little disappointed in who she told me she was interested in, because I know the guy, and I was just all like, him?
Sorry.
Him?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but...
It's me, huh?
I'm just gonna cry, guys.
Okay.
This is the first episode I've ever cried.
It's alright, Reef. It's alright, Reef. Hey, she's missing out. She's missing out.
Her loss.
Reef, you just gotta keep understanding. And I don't even think I'm in that stage yet, but I'm getting there, and this is the furthest I've ever been. But, like, you gotta find your own self-worth, and, like, if someone can't cherish that or accept who, you know, can't,
Yeah, I think I think I get where you're going at because friends and my mom told me this because I shared what happened, and mostly they don't want me to have a girlfriend. They want me to love myself. Like I was told this: you gotta love yourself in order to be loved by another.
Right.
So, and that's what I'm gonna work on. It's just like I've tried with too many girls, like just trying to, I guess, date them or just start a relationship, and it hasn't gone well, and it's just like, Reef, why not you take a break from that? And
no, Reef, I understand where you're coming from, because obviously I've been there multiple times.
Yeah,
it just comes to a point where, like, for me, I guess during, like, the summer, I was like, you know what, I gotta stop feeling bad for myself, sorry for myself. I gotta actually, like, be different. I gotta change myself. There's a reason. It's kind of a sad truth, but there's a reason why this keeps happening, you know?
Yeah.
It's you know, it really is just you. Like, it's just, maybe it's your self-confidence around them, or the way you talk, or the way you present yourself, but it really comes down to you, because this keeps happening. I'm kind of projecting right now, but, like, it keeps happening to you, so you have to take accountability and improve yourself. I mean, really.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you go, like, so I'm going through, like, I don't know how I would call it, but, like, not a transformation, but, like, a transition over to, like, focusing on myself way more. And then I'm not just saying that just to cope, but I'm actually focusing on myself this time. Like, I used to say, like, oh man, I'm just focusing on myself, and then I wouldn't actually do anything, you know, to help and improve myself. But this time I'm actually doing stuff for the...
Well, you've grown a lot, Ren, since I first met you. When I first met you, I thought you were pretty cool, but I was like...
this guy's a loser.
This guy's a loser. But, no, like...
What are you going to say? This guy's pretty cool, but now he just sucks.
He just sucks. Rent's is a loser now, guys. No. At a certain point, like, I thought you were like, okay, I feel like Rent's only, like, he doesn't want to do stuff for himself. Like, he's too reliant on his friends. And now you're growing more where you're focusing on yourself. Like, I don't know, I didn't know you your junior or sophomore year, so I don't know what you did. But, like, this summer, you've actually been working on stuff for yourself. You bought the camera to record. we've been filming stuff. We're working on this podcast. Renz, you're doing stuff for yourself, and I'm proud of you for that.
Thanks, Reef. Thank you. I want the same for you, bro. I want you to start focusing on yourself more, and then stop worrying about everyone else. Because I think it really is true that someone's gonna eventually come by. Because there's so much people in the world, women, and then it's just like
there's like 8 billion people in the world.
Right, you'll eventually find someone. You know.
Yeah. No, I just gotta be patient and just work on myself. That's what's important right now. Yeah. So yeah.
So what else have been going on? I mean, after the whole the girl dilemma.
All right. Well, should I tell the podcast about this little project I have in mind?
Yes.
So Renz has this crappy old camcorder, but it's not.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. But compared to like modern day camera.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Compared to this quality, but it's art.
Yeah, it's art.
Right? It's art.
Art. But
old fashioned stuff.
Renz has this really awesome camcorder.
Thank you.
And we were recording one time, and it's like one of those old ones that had the VHS tape. Am I correct?
It's a VHS. It's a mini one.
Yeah, and that it just like the quality. It's not that great, but it has
it's the home style feel to it. Home, you know.
If you were younger, and it's kind of like pulling up tapes on your VHS, yeah, and watching memories. And so this is what I want to do. I want to get one of those camcorders, maybe a mixture of my a better quality with my phone, but I just want to record of memories in the moment right now.
With your own camera, you know?
Yeah, with my own camera. And the plan is I'm going to do this every year. So I call it sort of a time capsule project where every year I'm going to have a whole bunch of footage of the year, and then I'm going to edit it, probably put some background music, make it sort of like a memory where over time these videos become more valuable to you, because it's sort of like, okay, what if we're in the year 2040 and I'm be like, I want to know what I did 2022. You could literally watch your life of what happened in 2022. So that's what I want to do with my life. I want to record memories, stuff happening in the moment. And I started yesterday. I was hanging out with my friends at the movie theaters. I got some footage, and I just want to keep getting more footage and then edit it into one video and then watch it
and
now.
Then remember the good times.
Yeah. So maybe even the bad times too. Right. Just reflect on how much the times.
The times in general.
The times,
the past.
So it's big nostalgia booster, I guess, but I think when it comes together and you watch it, it's like, wow, it's really something special. So, yeah.
I'm gonna hold you accountable, Reef. I'm gonna hold you accountable on that.
All right.
How often do you want to be recording with the camcorder?
As much as possible. Like I'll not as much as possible where I'm constantly buying tapes, but like
for the one that I have, you just record over your tapes. You don't necessarily have to you don't have to have like a bunch of tapes and then you can only have that much stuff.
Yeah.
So you could tape over the stuff that you already have if you already have the original tape saved.
Okay.
So you can save money. It's just more convenient if you have empty tapes and then you just start from the beginning, and then after like one period you erase all this stuff, and then
Okay. All right.
So I'm just saying, just to save money, I guess you would just buy one tape.
So I think they're like, how much is tape? Like $60?
Depends on the camcorder.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're trying to get. Do you want to get mine, or do you want to get like something different?
I was looking at something cheap because I don't want, because they're kind of expensive.
Yeah.
Like
I'm pretty privileged to like my parents having that and still being working.
Well,
still working.
Imagine like 20 years ago, maybe they cost like $80.
No, they said it. The camcorder that I use now, they bought it for like $1,000 over in Dubai.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And they barely use it, so they barely use it. So
wow.
I mean, I'm taking advantage of the $1,000 that they paid in the past. So.
$1,000 camera? That's cool.
That's cool. I was putting it away.
Yeah.
Have it hidden for years. Yeah. Until my son
remember, guys, buy cameras just to have it, not to record.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not.
Whatever.
That's what I'm afraid of for this camera. I want to use this camera a lot, and I have a bunch of plans in store. Not involving like the podcast or anything, unless we have like a different segment.
Well, didn't you say you were gonna start vlogging?
Oh yeah. So, are you done with everything that you've been doing? Like in the
I mean, if something
past
comes up,
2 weeks?
I'll just
okay.
bring it up mid-conversation.
Well, what I've been doing since the little break has been starting my new YouTube channel. I have my own personal YouTube channel.
I saw that.
And there's I have a video with the camcorder footage.
Nice.
And that was really cool. I just there's something about the whole aesthetic of a camcorder, the graininess, the whole overall look that I enjoy recording with and then capturing stuff with. Cuz I went to this skating rink over, I forgot where, but it's Great Skate. And I went with some friends, and I was like, oh my gosh, camcorder, this is the perfect vibe for roller skating. So I was like, you know what, I'm just bring it. And then one thing led to another. We skated for a little bit, then I saw this dude zooming by, and I was like, damn, and I gave him a high five and everything. So as soon as he sat down, I was like, you know what, guys, I'm going to go ask him. I'm going to go talk to him and see if he could record with the camcorder for me.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's because I'm terrible at skating. I suck
break the camera.
I'm terrible at skating. So if I were to hold it, wouldn't be going fast. Probably gonna break it, and probably someone's gonna knock me over, and I'd be like, oh man, there goes my $1,000 camcorder that my parents brought.
Yeah.
And didn't use. So like, I was like, who cares if he says no? You know, I'm never gonna see this guy ever again.
Yeah.
But he was cool. His name is Otis. He talked about his story about how he grew up in New Orleans, and the way his parents and himself got out of trouble was skating and going to these roller skating rinks. And then so he talked to me, and he had a little story about like how his parents, when they were going to work, would just take him after school or whatever to the skating rink and then leave him there. And then do whatever. Like, I mean,
you should have got his contact information.
I I have his Instagram. I have
put him
Instagram.
on the podcast.
He is 21. I mean, it would be kind of hard. And he lives over there. But skating is so crazy. There's like a whole family, whole culture to it. There's different things. I learned about Cali skating or Cali style skating, which is like thin.
Is he from? He's from
New Orleans. Yeah. But he skates over I don't know. It's a Great Skate. And he said the people over there are super cool, that the place that the Great Skate has a lot of good skaters. And then after every skating session, he usually goes every Sunday, that they go to the bar right next to the Great Skate and just hang out. And it's like a whole family. And like he knows a bunch of people. Like while we were talking, he goes, oh, what's up? Person's name. What's up? Oscar. What's up, Timothy? He was like, it was cool. It was cool.
That's cool.
And he was nice enough to let me, for him to record with my camcorder.
Yeah.
And I was like, man.
How'd it turn out?
It was awesome. In the beginning, he was getting used to the camera. I could tell. I was watching the film. He was like really shaky.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff I couldn't use, but with the stuff I was able to use, it was really cool. You can check that out on the video that I have. My channel is called Arensipu. I'm probably going to... I mean, if you make your own featured channel, or not, if you make your own personal channel, we'll just link it up to our featured channels on the podcast.
I think you can do that on YouTube.
So we'll just do that. If Reif makes his own personal channel, we'll link it. But after this episode, I'll link my channel so you guys can check it out.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. He was really nice. And yeah, that's one of the projects that I've been working on. I have a bunch of videos like set up and lined up. It's just that I have to be in specific mood and specific feel to finish the videos for like.
I think mood's a lot. Like
yeah, because like they're like for videos. So like if you want to make a more sadder video, you obviously want to be a bit more sadder than usual, right? And I can't. If I'm not feeling that way, I can't finish the video without being like, man, that's not authentic, or that's not something I want to put out. You know?
Yeah. Well, I probably talked about this in a previous episode, but a lot of my art just comes from my mood.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's how I got a lot of my inspiration for like videos. It's just like, so I would write things on my notepad or the notes app on my phone, and then just like write quotes and stuff like that I would think, and then make videos from that. If there's like a general consensus of like a topic, like there's like a video idea I have for like just moving on, just in general, just like simple like topics like that, but you could go so in depth with it. That's like one of my favorite things to talk about.
Yeah.
And then I have other plans too. So like I plan on using this camcorder. Not cam. I'm stuck on the camcorder. I'm gonna use this camera more for like vlogging. For other content too. I'm not gonna just be like a daily vlog. No, I'm more of like a weekly, like every Sunday thing. I don't think daily is a bit suckish. But
so what are you gonna vlog? Like,
I'm gonna vlog. So I just want to get used to this camera. I want to get used to like recording, holding it. I want to get all the accessories, all that stuff, all the kinks before I actually go into like projects and like the. So like one idea I have is recording my move-in into ASU.
Oh yeah.
And then meeting my roommates and then seeing their reaction to the camera. And I think that would be really
like,
cool.
Oh, this guy's recording us.
yeah. I think that'd be really cool to bring or to record. Another stuff is just like whatever I do. If I find a reason to bring it, like if I go out, then I think it's cool enough. I'll just bring the camera too.
Yeah.
I have to get used to like just like holding a camera whenever I'm hanging out and like talking and like if someone's watching, so I have to explain things. It's just like a really weird thing that I have to get used to.
Yeah.
That's why I need to just practice with the camera, and then just get used to it because I think I don't know if it's a thing, but it's like there's like camera anxiety. Like whenever I'm holding a camera, I'm like, what do I even say? Like, I am just like looking at the lens. It's like really weird if you actually think about it.
I don't know. Like a lot of those vloggers, they just do it so naturally.
Yeah.
That I don't really like think about like.
But it takes time. I'm guessing it's like for all things, it just takes time. Another thing that I've been working on since the break has been, besides all the video and film stuff, is I've been continuing my workouts every morning. Well, 5 times a week. 5
That's
times?
good.
No, 6.
I thought you said you were at 6.
It is 6. No, 5. No, 5.
Okay.
5 because it's push, pull, legs, then upper, lower. Yeah. Okay. It's 5. 5 days a week. I've been sticking to that, which I'm kind of proud of. I'm gonna film that too. I'm gonna film that.
Are you gonna film your workouts?
Yeah, my progress and stuff like that. Cool. I might do that until I think I'm not gonna film my workouts until I get more like what's the word, like fit, like more physique. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It'd be like just like
cool to see my transformations.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like
changes.
No offense, Rent, but seeing. I mean.
Why look at your legs?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a word, but like, I'm just gonna say noob rents.
Oh, noob? Like noob. Okay, got you. Oh, I get it.
All natty.
Yeah, all natty.
1% body fat rents.
All right, chill. I'm not gonna
lean muscle.
Right. Yeah, I do. You know what? You're right. I should film some of it. Yeah. I just don't know when to start filming. You know?
Yeah. Do you want someone to record you, or are you gonna record yourself? Like, how would that work?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you want to come with me in the mornings? Cause I go. I saw it's specific. I go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday break.
You just gotta figure out time because I have work at 11:30.
So I guess, yeah, you're right. Well, I go early anyways. I go like I wake up at like 7:30 and then I
mean, it just depends on what time I go to bed because some nights I'm
sure. I guess if you're staying up till 4.
Well, guys, literally last night I did not go to bed till 5.
Jesus, Reef.
I gotta. That's the one thing that's really important. Have a consistent sleeping schedule.
It also helps with the muscle.
And recovery. Speaking of consistency, that's today's topic.
Oh yeah. That is today's topic.
Yeah.
Today's topic is coming to terms with consistency and just trying to continue things.
Bit of a simple episode today.
Yeah, this episode, I'm gonna be honest, it was like me that was like, man, I can't really, I don't feel like in the mood of thinking too deep right now. I just want to chill.
Yeah. But I think consistency is important, and this is really important to us right now because
as we try to improve, we constantly want to grow, and we can only do that or achieve that if we stay consistent.
And the thing, like with us, like right now, we're trying to be as consistent as possible. We don't want to be that one podcast that drops an episode, one or two episodes a month. Like we want to, because this is our passion, I guess. So we will. If this is our passion, let's be more consistent with it. Let's stay dedicated, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah. And it's a bit difficult staying consistent. Just for me at this point because of my work, and schooling coming up. And I think that's what we're gonna find difficult when we start college. Right. Is trying to be consistent.
I think there's gonna be, so, be on the lookout because we might record separate episodes. So like if I can't do an episode, Reif is obligated to make his own episode. Yeah. I don't know what he would film on, but.
I need a camera.
Yeah, you need a camera. But like he said, you're fine with me just recording stuff if we can't set it up. Yeah. So yeah, look out for some separate ones if you're interested. Yeah. Maybe.
So yeah, just Rents would have a guest and it'd just be him and I, or it just might be an episode.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a TV show that was like that.
Where like the co-host would sometimes meet up and then they would split up and do their own stuff. I don't know.
I'm thinking it was Law and Order Criminal Intent.
What? I don't know.
Okay, this is weird, but I used to watch Law and Order. But one of the Law and Order shows, they had one cast, and it was like, because Law and Order, you might think, oh, they split it with the Law and the Order. No, there was this Law and Order series where literally, I think it had Vincent D'Onofrio and Jeff Goldblum. You don't probably know who those guys are.
Goldblum, yeah, but
Goldblum.
That's a...
But one episode would be about Vincent D'Onofrio, who was a detective, and then the next episode would be about Jeff Goldblum, who was also a detective, and be like, this is kind of weird. Like, it's not really consistent with the characters. So I guess if you ever watch Law and Order, you'll get what I'm talking about.
What is it? Is it the 5% that's watching right 5%?
Now? Dude, probably less. 1%. Okay, I feel like people. If any of you guys are committed to Law and Order, then there's probably got to be a fan that's like, he's talking about Law and Order.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But then we have him hooked. Then we have him hooked on the podcast.
We have him hooked.
Have him listen every single time.
Sold. Dude, Rents, I just noticed this, but by now we would have already had to re-click the recording
We would have to re-click.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already been 27 minutes. We have to re-click the button 7 minutes ago.
Yeah.
This is so much better.
This is honestly, this is a vibe. This is a great vibe.
This is an immaculate vibe. Yeah. This is a sick vibe.
So one thing with consistency is procrastination.
Yeah.
That comes in a lot. Like,
right.
Do you have anything to say on like?
Yeah. So like, it's weird because procrastination can happen with anything, even on the most passionate thing you're about. So like for film, I'm still I still procrastinate on videos that like I've made up, which is a weird thought process. Like, why would I create something and then oh man, I'll just do it later? Like, what kind of process is that? I don't really know. Procrastination has always been a thing in my life, especially school. Obviously, everyone has. I'm not new to this. This is nothing new. But yeah, procrastination has always been a thing of mine. And one way I was able to remedy this was to just do, for school specifically, late night sessions. Just like doing all the work I missed. And then that would catch me up until I procrastinated again. And then I have to do another long night sesh because I procrastinated.
Yeah. I mean, the feeling of not doing the work is like, it feels good. But then
when you have to do the work, it's like awful. You're like, oh man, I could have just done this.
Because I get what you mean on the whole school stuff. Yeah. Because there would be high school days where I'd be up till 1 o'clock, like trying to get some homework done.
Right.
And it's just like, I gotta turn it in, or else I'm gonna get no credit. And it's like, it's just so much better, like getting it done when you have the time and not just like procrastinating.
And it feels like more of a 1 step forward than a 2 step back kind of thing.
Yeah.
Procrastination for me was.
Okay.
Because it would be like, I would take a step forward, I would spend a whole night doing it, then 2 steps back, I wouldn't do any of my work that I was assigned. Still, I'll stop saying that. Still graduated top 1%.
I was ranked 90 out of 400 kids. Sorry, guys, I'm stupid.
I mean, it doesn't even matter. I'm not even getting much scholarship.
Doesn't even matter. I'm no longer in high school.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not even a flex anymore. Yeah. It doesn't even matter. But procrastination. Procrastination is like a yin and yang of consistency.
Yeah. another thing. Runs. Okay, we've been consistent with the podcast, but like
somewhat. Let's be honest. We're somewhat.
With your time with this podcast, we've had 2 or 3 guests.
All right.
What do you...
2 or 3? No, 2.
2?
2 guests.
Well, episode 1 we had guests, right? Or was it just us? I don't know.
No, it was just us.
It was just us.
It was Gavin and then Angel.
Okay.
Yeah.
On this podcast, are we looking to be more consistent with just us, or are we want to be more consistent?
I think whatever the topic is, then guests may be needed. It really depends. I think we have to. It's more of like a natural thing we have to think about. Just like if the topic comes and then we see someone who's fit or who wants to do it, then yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else has consistency been in your life? What is the aspect?
I don't know. Okay, I used to... It sucks. So, when I was working at Fry's...
Oh my god.
Consistency was not a thing there with our schedules.
No.
When I was working at Fry's, guys, I would get like 10 to 12 hours a week, and that'd be like $100 paycheck. So like I had to learn how to, and I wanted to work more. So like one week I did like 25 hours, and it was like that sucked. But I had to learn how to be more consistent with that. And like that's the one thing that with having a job is get used to consistency.
Yeah, true.
So that you're not miserable, because and it's like the gym too. Actually, I want to talk about that with the gym.
Yeah, I have a lot to say about the gym too, about consistency.
If you were consistent 5 or 4 days a week, it becomes a routine.
Mm-hmm.
But if
what did they say? It was 21, 27 days
27.
until you could you stick to a habit or whatever.
Yeah, and with the gym, like if you work out, I've done this before, but I would do 5 or 6 days a week, and I'd feel great. Like, oh man, I worked out, and then the next week I'd be like, I did enough work last week. I did 2 days.
Then it snowballs until you stop doing it the next week. The next week you don't do it. The next week.
Yeah, and that's the consistency, and that's not the consistency I want.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's one part with consistency. I try to work on it with the gym. It's just I want to be consistent with my days, times, and whatever. Like, ideally, I like working out 5 days a week. Morning, 9 p.m. is usually the best time for me.
I go a little bit earlier.
Did I say 9 p.m.?
You said I
meant 9 a.m.
But I still go earlier.
Okay, Red.
I was kidding.
Okay. But no, ideally, I like 5 days a week, 9 a.m. Good workout, shower, food. That's a good day for me. But then when I mess up, I have days where I'll go at actually 9 p.m. and then I'll come back home tired with less sleep, with less hours to sleep, and it's just like that would have never happened if I just would have been consistent.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
true. Has ever been like a problem going to the gym and being consistent? I mean, sounds like an obvious question. I think you're gonna say yes, but like, has there ever been a moment in that, and what was your remedy to it? Mm-hmm. Like, did you just force yourself? Like, how did you force yourself when you just didn't feel like going to the gym?
When I just didn't feel like going.
Yeah. What would you tell yourself if you were to tell yourself something?
Either I didn't go to the gym or I did. Force myself to go to the gym.
Or has it always been? Did you have to force yourself? I mean, you could have just enjoyed it and just go willingly. I mean,
no,
it's different for everyone.
When I started getting a gym membership, I had to start forcing myself to go to the gym, because it was just like when I quit cross country, I just gave up on working out, and if you do fitness and then you quit and you stop working out, it's a crappy feeling, in my opinion.
You ever watch those shows? I forget what it's called. It's like it's where the trainer has like 6 months to make some person like fit. They eat like bad for like 3 months, and they gain like 70 pounds of weight, and they lose it with the person. You ever watch that show? It's called Fit to I forgot what it's called.
Fit something.
Fit the.
But
You ever watched it?
No, I haven't.
No, I would watch it when I'm like uninspired. I'd be like, oh my gosh, no way, it's sick.
It's pretty sick. So, but I think that's one of the worst feelings is just quitting, and then you're all like, it's on you, but you quit and you stop working out.
You just feel awful about yourself.
Because I've had spells where like I just like I quit working out and be like, oh, I feel smaller. Damn, I shouldn't have stopped working out. Yeah, I should have kept working out. What was I doing?
Where did my veins go?
Yeah. Are you a vein guy?
What do you mean I'm a vein guy?
Like, are you one of those guys that you like to have your veins like?
I could care less. I'm more of a muscle guy.
Muscle guy.
I mean, if I would choose, I would be like, hey, I would just rather have my muscles show than.
Well, I know this one guy. He tells me every day it's vein day. He tells me.
How do you work on your veins? Just drink salt water?
I don't know. I see him at the gym. He's like, and I ask him, what are you working on? He says vascular energy or whatever. And be like, he just does workouts that makes his veins pop out. And be like
forearms? He's just doing forearm workouts? I feel like that's the only way to.
He was just doing dumbbell workout. He was doing whatever to get his veins to pop out, and just like. That's one of the. I guess like that texture's cool to like it's a cool little look.
No, whenever your veins pop out, I like touching it, like pressing on it, because it feels like a little button. it's really cool. Like whenever I like work out and I see my veins pop out, I'm like, oh, it's a little something to play with.
Sometimes I like grabbing just like a needle.
Okay, I don't. Okay,
but I think that's like just like why are you working on your veins like.
Hey, I mean, it's whatever you want to do, man. That's how you stay consistent. You do the workouts you love.
Yeah. So I always just made fun of him saying, today's vein day. Let's work on those veins.
Esporta?
Yeah. Esporta.
I've probably seen this dude, huh?
You know this dude. I don't know if I want to drop his name on the podcast, but...
What is it? Who's it?
A fool.
Do
you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
If he's watching the podcast, he's probably going to kill me.
Yeah. Does he say that? I've never heard him say
that. He says it.
He doesn't go in the mornings.
No, he goes during like the afternoon.
He goes nighttime. I was talking to him. He was like, I only go to the nighttime because I see that's where all the baddies are.
Okay, that's
the gym baddies. I'm like,
that's ridiculous. In my opinion.
No, I mean, yeah.
And thinking about consistency, like. If you're gonna be consistent, if you go during the night or the morning, all right. If you're gonna go in the morning, be consistent with that, and then get your stuff done the rest of the day. If you're gonna be consistent at nighttime, get all your stuff done first, and then work out every night. So,
the reason why I chose in the mornings. I'm not even a morning person. I chose to do it in the mornings so I could just get it out the way, so I don't have an excuse of like, man, I've already been so productive today. I'll skip on the gym. I'll do it. I force myself to do it the first thing in the morning. Because then I'm like, oh man, I worked out. I don't have to worry about it anymore, and I think I could be productive doing something else.
Yeah, that's good.
That's why I chose it. One thing that gets me out of the bed, especially when I just don't feel like doing it, is so like looking back on like past progress pictures. Sometimes I do that, but like even when I'm like don't feel like even picking my phone.
Yeah.
I think to myself, there's like a quote that I just found recently. Was like something along the lines of your emotions for like to make like massive change. You can't let your emotions dictate.
Yeah.
Like, you can't let your emotions dictate how you what you do in life.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, you're right, because like the reason why. I guess this goes back to procrastination. The reason why I would procrastinate is because I didn't feel like it. And then it goes back to like emotion. Like I wouldn't want my emotions to dictate what I wanted to do in life, and then it was like prohibiting me from doing and like achieving things that I've always wanted to achieve.
Yeah,
which is like fitness and stuff.
Yeah,
that's one thing. That's one way I've been staying consistent, especially in the gym, and also like doing things that I like doing. Like workouts that I would rather do. Like I look up like alternatives to workouts that I
that's good. Stay consistent with the workouts. You ever like you gotta know people who is like there's people that legitimately work out for 2 to 3 weeks and they're on a program. Mm-hmm. And they're like, I don't see any results. I gotta quit. Yeah, I gotta get a new workout program. No, it's...
Unless they're not pushing themselves.
Yeah, unless you're not pushing yourself, but a lot of it just comes down to consistency.
You'll see it eventually.
To achieve body image is patience and consistency.
Your dream body.
Your dream body.
Not true, because if I just stuck to this program like 2 years ago, I would probably have the body that I want now. And that's a crazy thought. But if you just stick to something for 2 years like the gym.
Yeah.
Even if you don't reach your dream body, you're gonna be way better if you didn't do it. That's one thing that also helps me. Cause like if I just stick to doing this, maybe in a year I'm not gonna achieve like the dream body that I want, but I'm definitely be way better if I didn't do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, there's this guy I know. You know Keaton, right?
Yeah.
Keaton is one of the most consistent runners I know.
Mm-hmm.
He does cross country. And this guy constantly runs 70, 100 miles a week.
Mm-hmm.
And he started that from freshman year. Now he's in college, and I think he's on Team USA now. Did you hear about that?
I saw the picture.
Yeah.
We should call him up.
Yeah.
Call him right now. We got to call him up and see and talk to him about consistency.
Do we?
Yeah, that's great. Be cool with him like that.
Not really.
Okay, put it back. Put it back, Reef. Come on, Reef.
I mean, he'll pick up, but I don't know if I'm cool with him like that.
It's whatever. It's
whatever.
When we get big enough, we'll just we'll get Team USA starting.
And be like, sorry, I only talked to Team USA runners.
Right.
I'd be like, Keaton, we were on cross country together. What? You'd be like, no, I'd be like, we ran on Yonker together. And you'd be like, Yonker who? I run for USA.
What was high school? Yeah.
Once you're in high school.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, I just like, I give Keaton accolades for his consistency of his commitment to the sport of cross country and track, because he's already on Team USA and he worked that hard.
Any type of like elite athlete, you have to be consistent.
Pretty much.
Honestly, to achieve like great things, you have to be consistent.
That's for everything.
Consistency is key.
Because if we weren't, okay, let's say 10 years from the road now, Brents, we actually
die. No, I'm sorry. sorry, you guys. Sorry.
Guys, we're gonna die in 10 years.
sorry.
No, but 10 years from now, let's say you have your dream job, I have my dream job. We're at where we want to be with film. And it's all because we were consistent.
Right.
I think a lot of dreams don't happen because people aren't consistent with, like, sticking to it. You know, you're not... Yeah. And I guess it's just like with athletes, like, you can't be a famous basketball player and play basketball once a week and expect results.
Expect you to be able to, to play with the best.
Like, with this podcast, like, we could produce 100 episodes and we may not go anywhere, but we have to stay consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Because
we have to keep finding ways to improve it, and maybe not even, like, the quantity, but, the quality and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Like, like, just, well, it's that saying, quality over quantity.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because I guess there's another level to it, too. If you stay consistent to something, you could still not reach where you want to be if you're not constantly trying to better each time you do it. And I mean, I think consistency is the beginning of it, and then as soon as you get consistent, this word is consistency down.
Consistency.
If you get consistency down, then you can start implementing things to improve each sesh. So like going back to workouts. As soon as you make it a habit, start building a better mind muscle connection. Looking into more,
or like once you start getting consistent, you'll start improving.
Yeah, you know what, you're right. It might just come with it, because then you get hooked on it.
The improvement will come if you stay consistent.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the improvement of this.
True.
Yeah.
No, true.
I was literally just thinking about it. We started out we literally started out in Yonker. The first episode.
Yeah, it was not even the video format.
The learning center, then to my room, right there.
We sat right there.
Yeah.
We had a different camera. We had a Sheen mic that I bought online. Then that episode transformed into
the Gavin episode.
The Gavin episode with the cannon and the couch being this way.
Yeah.
But the lighting was terrible. The video. Terrible. So then we started improving, and then the next one.
Yeah.
That was a good. That was the one with Angel.
Yeah, that one was good.
We got the camera one ready. We got that fixed. We even had the mic.
Yeah.
What else? We just
had the mic. Well, with the Angel one, it was.
We didn't have the table.
Yeah, we didn't have the table.
We didn't have the table, and now we have the table now.
Yeah.
But then that was with the previous mic, the old mic.
Yeah, and the previous. Well, another thing with the last episode, we had a different camera. Now we have this camera.
We had better lighting from the previous episode from that episode.
Yeah.
And now, I don't know what's gonna. I
think this looks really good right now.
What's the next episode gonna be? We're gonna be in space or something.
Probably. This all came from consistency, guys.
We buy our own house, our studio for this.
Dude, I wish I could buy. They're so expensive.
Yeah, it's really expensive, but we could achieve this. We've achieved this because we were consistent.
Yeah,
we were consistent.
Maybe. How does consistency get us a new house? Money.
Job.
Consistent
job. Constantly looking for promotion if you can. Don't work at Fry's because you don't get any raises. Then
Okay, yeah, never work at Fry's, guys. They, if you're looking for $80 paychecks, then yeah, work at Fry's.
For 20 hours?
Wait, Rents, what was the least you've ever gotten from Fry's, like, on a paycheck? What was the least? Do you remember the least?
The least was, it was actually $60.
Mine was, $50 one time. I did a 4-hour shift, and it was just $50.
1 week?
Yeah, 1 week. And then the most I ever saw was $270.
The most I saw was $310.
And you were probably thinking, "Hey, I could."
No, that was for induction.
Oh, really?
That was training. Wow. Yeah, that was the most. And then they told me they even told me that this was gonna be my biggest paycheck. And I was like, oh gosh. At the time, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to feel about that money. No, I was too focused on the 300 to 10 instead of what they told me.
Yeah. Do you think? I don't know why, but just they gotta stop doing that.
What, not paying enough?
No, it's okay. Yes, the pay was bad, but also with the hours. I have a friend that works also at Fry's, and he gets 10 hours a week. Now this week he's told me he got 24.
Brody Mascarenas.
Oh, I was talking about
Seth
Thomas. But Brody too.
Yeah.
But just.
Oh my gosh! Oh, have they?
No, because Seth works at the one in Goodyear.
Oh.
But it's just
same thing. Same problem.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, he only gets $100 paychecks, and it's just wow. I don't know how Fry's does that, or I don't get how companies do that to.
It's because they take advantage from teens with no experience.
Yeah.
Who are just wanting a job.
I wish we had better jobs for teenagers. That's one thing that I think that would be great. Is as a teenager, you don't have any money at all.
True.
Because if you think about it with your parents, they have money. Well, that took time. That took consistency. But that took years of savings. And you might just say
consistent. They consistently put money in their savings. Man, consistency is all around us.
Pretty much.
It really is everything.
The standard minimum wage should be $15 an hour.
It should. Everything should be free.
Everything should be free.
Everything should be free.
Oh man, I my supervisor at the pool, we always talk about capitalism and communism.
Really?
Yeah, and we're just communism is in theory works, but it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But then capitalism, I think communism is
how did we get from consistency to capitalism?
I don't know. I just want to talk about this real quick. But communism,
oh god,
I think works if it wasn't so corrupt.
Okay.
But then capitalism doesn't work because everyone's too greedy. Sorry, guys. We're probably gonna cut this, are we?
No.
No. We'll keep it in the podcast.
Whatever. Care less.
they're all like, oh, this should have been a capitalism, communism episode.
Yeah, coming to terms with our political stances.
Yeah. But
consistency.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I saw on a Joe Rogan podcast, like, he fluctuates around a lot of topics, doesn't he? Like, if you've ever listened to him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
So I guess that's kind of... matter. I had a Joe Rogan moment.
I was just teasing you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's get back. Let's get consistent again.
Let's get consistent again with the topic. Consistency. Consistency.
It's hard to stay consistent with the word consistency.
True.
I mean, I just thought the way that sounded.
Back to, so, like, I don't know why this came out of my head. I guess my mind just revolves around working out right now, but the way I continue being consistent with my workouts is because I change all the workouts that I don't like to different alternatives that work the same.
Do you do that a lot?
Well, obviously, so after I find a workout, I stick to it because I have to obviously, like, track my progress and, like, use, like, heavier weights for, like, progressive overload.
Oh, yeah.
But then, like, another thing is having a playlist, like, having a specific playlist to play, because I heard this, too. So, like, when you're studying, you should have a consistent environment. So, like, have a playlist specifically for studying, a light specifically for studying, so you can get your mind into the state of studying.
Okay,
I've
so
heard that before.
If I have a consistent music and light,
you know what? We should change the word to consistent. We need to change. We need a different word. Because this is too hard. Consistency.
All right.
Consistency.
Thesaurus, guys. We're gonna find a new word
because it's losing its meaning to me. Because I keep saying, when you keep saying a word, it just doesn't sound like a real word. Word. Consistent.
Consistently, or
consistent.
Dependable. Constant.
Rational.
Persistent.
Persistent.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, that's a good word. If you are persistent if we're persistent with the light in the songs of when I study, when I turn on that light and turn on that music, it's go time.
Yeah, and then, like, for school, it applies too, because if you just stick to like studying, or I didn't have to study, but, like, just to learn or being in a state of, like, just taking in knowledge and, like, actually learning something instead of just, like, coming in one year and then coming out the other. You have to, like, being persistent is a thing in education too.
Yeah.
And then long time goals too.
Well, to achieve what you want, you definitely have to be persistent.
Yeah.
I remember doing this senior year. I kept being persistent on my teachers, and I know how stupid the stuff that we were learning was stupid and didn't help me at all. One bit. I'm thinking to myself right now.
Did they change anything?
Nope.
Okay, that's one part.
But if you be persistent enough, eventually
it'll break.
Eventually.
What is one thing that you've stayed persistent on in your life, if there is something?
Oh man, that's a little tough.
It's tough.
Because I don't really notice it. It just happens naturally.
Because it does habit.
I've tried to. Just working out, really.
Working out,
and it just graphic design. I've been so persistent with my graphic design. Like I'm not letting go of. I've like, even though I'm advancing to film now, I still like to occasionally do something on Illustrator and maybe make a little logo or a little animation. But I stay persistent on my creativity. So yeah.
You know what that reminds me of? There's a quote, is you overestimate what you can do in 3 years, but you underestimate what you can do in 10 years. That quote for some reason reminds me of being persistent, because I think I think it comes with the knowledge that if you stick to something for so long, you'll reach a goal.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, realistically, it doesn't happen 100%. But then, like, after, like, the 3-year mark, a lot of people, like, get, what's the word? Not motivated, unmotivated to continuing it. And then they stop themselves from reaching the 10-year mark or the 5-year mark. And then seeing the true outcome of, like, what they've been doing.
Yeah. No, that's so true because
I feel like people just, like, end things too short, you know?
I think you expect more in less time than overtime because I guess an example is billionaires. A lot of billionaires do not. I think Elon Musk, he didn't become a billionaire until he was like 30 or 40 years old.
And many people aren't willing to wait to be persistent with something for that long.
If you want success like that, you need to stay constant. You need to be persistent.
Always looking to improve.
Yeah. That something like that doesn't happen in 3 years. Something like that happens in 10 to 20 years.
Right.
Is it a long way? Yes. Is it worth it?
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Being a billionaire, even at the age of 30.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. I want to be a billionaire.
And that's like with the film. I catch myself lacking sometimes where it's like I'll look at other jobs and I'm thinking to myself, honestly, I had people try to talk me out. I had my friends literally try to talk me out yesterday. They were telling me they literally told me I shouldn't have gone into film and literally not go in debt. They told me go to community college and just get a degree in film. And it's just like, no, I'm going to be persistent. I'm going to do my 4 years at GCU. I'm going to be persistent as possible with this film. And when the day comes, it will come.
The way I look at it is obviously, community college, smart, right? Smart, save money. Then the next 2 years, you could go into a university or do whatever. For me, I feel like a lot of big names didn't get there by being safe. They got there by taking risks.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the risks that I took was, I think that going into dorm freshman year is going to get me a lot more experience, network opportunities than I would have in community college where would I be and what would I do. So, like, it also gets me in an environment where everyone else is in the same stage of life, and for film I want to capture that, and that's just like a perfect opportunity just to film.
Yeah.
Right? And it's for right now, obviously there's people our age that are making a lot more money than what we're making right now.
Yeah.
But this is more of an investment. Like, I don't want to work a 9 to 5 when I hit like 20, 28 or like 30.
No, that's I fear that. Yeah. Like, if you want to be a filmmaker, like, the cool thing about filmmaking, when it pays off, you know, it pays off. It's a good payoff.
Yeah.
You know, because there's good money in return, but I don't. The money's nice, I'd say. The money's nice in film, but do you really do it for the money, or I do it for myself?
I think if you want to stay consistent with something, you have to have some sort of enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
You know? Unless you find something else. It'd just be hard to stick to something for so long if you don't enjoy the process. Because I find myself certain times just wanting the end product, that the progress to that isn't that enjoyable. And that's not how I want to live life. I want to enjoy the process for the most part. Obviously there's going to be parts where I don't like it, but
yeah, I
want to enjoy my process getting there to the end product instead of just grueling my way to whatever I want to achieve.
You know? I think it paid off. And how we were talking about community college, like, obviously people find success without college or university, but do you think for filmmakers
you don't need to go to college?
You don't really have to go to college.
I'm going to college specifically so I can network and meet more people and experience things that not a lot of people get to experience, and then film it.
Same for me. Basically.
It's like a once in a lifetime opportunity.
So do you think if somebody in our position who doesn't have a lot of connections want to go into film, is it better to go in a university or a community college?
Safe option, community.
Yeah.
If you want to take a risk and experience different things, go to university. If you have a backup plan, or not a backup plan, but a safety net. So like I have a safety net. I could fall off on, which is like my parents. I could live in my parents' house. If you don't have that, then these risks, you can't take as much risk because then you're homeless. Like I mean, there's obviously when I say like there's risks you need to take, obviously be safe with it. Like you don't want to take this risk and then just be broke afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Have a safety net. But take a risk. This is the time for me. I'm realizing this. This is the time for me to be taking these risks when I'm young and when I could make the mistakes and I don't have responsibilities like a child or a house that I need to continue, right?
Yeah.
I could have student debt for a little bit. And then hopefully this kind of film stuff pans out, right?
Yeah.
Best case scenario, it does pan out, right?
Hopefully.
But then when I'm older, if it doesn't pan off, then I'll just work on it.
Yeah.
So.
Always, I thought that was good, just having a safety net.
Yeah.
It's important.
No, it is important because you can't do something and then not have anything to fall back on because that's just like, it's kind of stupid because then you're just setting yourself up for failure if the thing doesn't work out, which for the most part, realistically, it doesn't pan out, but...
One thing that scares me, like, I'm nervous to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
Like, legit, like, this, like, it's like starting high school. It was nerve-wracking. Mm-hmm. It's a new...
Yeah, but it's like everyone else is having the exact same experience. Like,
and that's what I would never think of. Right. And this is the feeling that I'm trying to think of with college, where it's just like, okay, I'm going to be super nervous. I could go there for a day or two and just be like, no, I'm going to quit. You know, if I'm going to feel like, I feel like safe, I guess, or just like okay going to college is if I'm consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how, like, because when I first went to Yonker, I was only there for a week, and then I transferred to a different school because I thought I didn't really like Yonker that much. But then I went back and I stayed consistent with Yonker, and then I ended up loving Yonker.
You're doing this. You wouldn't have done this if...
Oh yeah, if I didn't go to Yonker, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Very, very strange.
Yeah, it's a weird thought. But like everyone else is going through the exact same thing that you are feeling. I'm guessing you're going to be dormed with people in the same major as well. So that's going to help you be even more consistent because you have the same people you're surrounded by who are passionate of the same thing too. Yeah. And they're going to have their own projects too because they're going into film. They're paying money to do this. So they have to be somewhat interested in continuing this or making film as a career.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
I love film.
I love film too. Yeah. Well, do you have anything else on consistency?
No, Rents, I think that's pretty much it.
That's it? That's it? Okay.
This was a good episode.
No, I like this little... It feels short, but it's an hour long right now. Which is good size.
Good size.
Good size.
I mean, I think... Well, episode 2 was like 27 minutes, but we're now to pretty much at least having hour-long episodes. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's good. It's good. We'll be more consistent with the episodes. We'll be more consistent. We'll get things more scheduled out. We'll have more guests. We'll do all that stuff. Yeah. We're still learning. We're still improving.
Yeah, definitely.
We're still staying hopefully consistent.
We're still coming to terms.
We're still coming to terms.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've definitely came to terms with consistency.
This was a good episode, Rents.
A little shake of the hand.
Yeah.
All right.
See you guys.
She doesn't know who he is.
Yeah. Hey guys. Oh.
What the heck, Reef?